So whenever it comes to Boxcutter, if we press Alt W to start, there's this thing called join exact. We'll press D to go into the helper, and if we click on join, we see that there's a toggle for join exact. And what this means is that if we were to just draw a shape into join, we are now joining it to the surface. Instead of having the typical alignment that we're used to with cut and other operations, we now have the shape being drawn flush with the surface. In order to show this in action working properly, let us apply all the geometry, and we'll just go in edit mode and just grab edges and begin dissolving them. And if the shape disintegrates, that means that the join was not successful. But this is basically one of the ways that I test out join exact, just to ensure that everything's working. So we'll grab this point, we'll join it here, merge it last, and we see that this point also did not join properly. So join is something of a struggle with us that has been ongoing, but I want to demonstrate that even though it can work in some cases, it's not perfect in all cases. And this is something that we are still analyzing even to this day. In fact, we see that this shape is not truly connected with the surface, which is quite a terrible Boolean catastrophe. But if we just connect these 2 points, at last, we are able to basically disintegrate that. And continuing on, we're just looking at what we have going on. And let's press Ctrl-Shift-B to bevel this into 2 points, and we'll turn on Verti-Mergy mode and also jump into vertex mode, because this process is something that can definitely be sped up. Let's grab this edge and disintegrate it. And do you think this one worked out? I was just being pessimistic, assuming that it did not work out, but it appears that I was right. So let's just snap this here, and we'll be able to disintegrate that. But it appears that this side also did not have a full connection. So let us go ahead and help that. With this shape, I'm pressing Ctrl-Shift-B, and we'll connect here, connect there, and now we should be able to disintegrate this. So the final area is this one. Let's analyze what we have, and we see that this join operation did not work successfully either. So this is just part of the cleanup process of dealing with Booleans whenever Boolean tools don't work out when it comes to making their connections. But here we now have the shape connected the way it's supposed to. Of course, we could have done that a myriad of other ways. In fact, we could have just cut a little more off the top using Boxcutter, and that would have actually done the job. But we started off in join mode, and we don't want that. So let's try it again. Let's press X, and we just want to press E to extrude that out, and just like that, we've cleaned that off. But I wanted to demonstrate how inaccurate it was by showing the cleanup process, because whenever things are inaccurate, there is a cleanup process afterwards that's required, and this is something we need to mitigate and resolve. So trying it again, we are still in join exact. We're just going to draw a box, and did it work? Did it work? No. No. I'm actually disappointed that it did not work. But let's just reconnect it. And so now we have this side. A curious bit of geometry, you know, the way it looks right there. I was about to disintegrate it, but that would have eaten more than I wanted, so let's just place it where it's supposed to. But we see that this minimal amount of cleanup adds up. With the more shapes that we're doing that don't join properly, there is more work to be done. So with that, I will be checking into this to see what can be done to get this even better. But retroactively, I see that join exact has gotten a little bit lazy over time, and its solution will need another swing of the old monkey wrench.